everyone. I have another story. It's really adorable. It's called The Seal Store. So there's a seal, there's an elderly gentleman, and probably his wife. Let's see what this is all about. Fred was a boy who loved seals. He loved to look at the seals in the zoo. He wished he could have one for a pet. Of course, he didn't get one. But when he grew up, Fred opened a seal store, and now he had seals, a whole store of. Fred put a sign on the front door. Seal store, seals for sale. That's what it says. Seal store, seals for sale. A little old man and a little old lady came along. They stopped to look at the sign. My word, said the little old lady. Seals for sale. What will stores sell next? The little old man said, times have changed all right. Things aren't what they used to be. And they both went on their way. He took care of his seals. He gave them fish. He made them a place to swim. He gave them good, clean water. Fred talked to his seals. He loved them all, but he knew he couldn't keep all of them. No one came to buy a seal. Fred put a bigger sign on the store window. There's the bigger sign, seals. Along came a boy with his father. They stopped and looked at the sign. A seal, cried the boy, just what I want for my birthday. But his father said no. I'm sorry, he said, but our apartment is too small for a seal. And they both went on their way. Days and weeks went by, but no one came to buy a seal. The seals grew and grew and grew. They got bigger and bigger and fatter and fatter. They had baby seals. Now there were too many seals for Fred's seal store. So Fred had to move to a bigger store. He made a very big place for the seals to swim. He got trucks full of fish for them. He talked to them. He loved them all. But no one came to buy a seal. Fred put a very big sign on the big door. Seals. Now it looks like a mother and daughter are going to cook. A little girl and her mother came along. They stopped and looked at the sign. Mother, said the little girl, may I have a seal for a pet? The mother said, a seal for a pet? No, I think a dog would be much better. And they both went on their way. Seals climbed all over the big store. They splashed in the water. They barked. Fred gave them more and more fish. He talked to them. He loved them all. But the store was full of seals, and no one came to buy one. Fred began to teach the seals to do tricks. He taught them to jump when he said go. He taught them to throw balls. He taught them to bang drums. He taught them to climb up little steps. Now, many people came along. They looked at the sign. They looked in the window and saw the seals catching balls and jumping into the water. Look at the seals, they said to one another. Many more people came to watch. They came back day after day to see the seals, but no one went into the store to buy a seal. Days and weeks went by. Look, they're doing all sorts of tricks. Everybody's watching, but no one's buying a seal. The seals grew and grew. They got bigger and bigger and fatter and fatter. The big seals had little seals. Now there were too many seals even for the big store. Fred had to move once more. This time he moved the seals outside. He took them to a big park. He put a sign on the trees, seals for sale. Now the seals did their tricks outside where everyone could see them, and everyone came. They all stopped and looked, but still no one wanted to buy a seal. So see the tree, seals for sale. And the seals are in the truck, and he's taking them outside. One man came up to Fred. He said, you have a great show here. Everyone wants to stop and see it. Why don't you make people pay? Smart man. Pay, said Fred, just to look. Sure, said the man, your seals are wonderful. So Fred put up a new sign. Seal show. It's about time. And people came. They were glad to pay money to see the seal show. The seals did wonderful tricks. They splashed and barked. Fred was happy. Now he had 100 seals, and he didn't even have to sell one. Look, he's got stadium seating over here. The seals in the water, the seals doing their tricks. Everybody's happy. So sometimes we have a dilemma. We don't know how to figure it out. And somebody that we don't even know can help us. So the man, when he made the suggestion to Fred, you have a great show. Everyone wants to see it. Why don't you charge people? Fred hadn't even thought of that. So sometimes we can be a blessing to somebody else and not even know it. So if you liked the Seal Show, the Seal Store, who wants to buy a seal? Store is actually called the Seal Store, but the Seal Show too, right? The seals. So if you like this story, please press like at the end, and I'll see you next time at Cindy Harper Speaks. Thanks for tuning in, and bye for now.